Okay, so this is kind of like a game of Minesweeper. Kind of. To where we can tap on, well, the little cubes in the middle here. And get a bunch of zeros for this. Oh, look, there's a 1. And there's a 1. Let's see, I can't remember what the full pattern is here. I'm going to need a separate sheet of paper to write down these codes. That is what I had to do last time. I think the entire top row, the entire top 3 rows are zeros on this side. Yeah, they are. And basically, yeah, there are winning and losing panels on the cube. The cube can help find winning panels. When the winning panels and only the winning panels are highlighted in cyan, the system will activate. How to find winning panels? You click on a panel on the cube, it displays a number. Each surrounding panel will also display a number. This number indicates the number of winning panels that border each panel. So for example, and it counts the panel that it's a part of. So this panel right here, there's 1 winning panel that touches it, so it's a 1. This one, directly next to it, is a 2. Diagonally does not count. This one, it counts it, and it's 2 friends there. So 3, 1, etc. So let's see, if I am not mistaken, our pattern for this first section, and the hint that appears on the cube is different for each side because it's pretty much directly correlates with the wall you're looking at. See, the wall you're looking at or the wall on the other side. So with this, yeah, adjacent walls do not provide hints for that. And there are a total of 8 things we need to locate hidden on the walls. So anyway, so let's see if I remember the pattern I actually need to do here. I believe one. Oh yeah, there are a lot more of them. There should be number two. And we've got to open up all the walls to open up all of the puzzles. Another dice puzzle. Okay, and that's all we can find here. So, let's spin around and check out number two. Oh, once again. This is really easy, Minesweeper, though. That's the thing. So let's see. That means, if I'm not mistaken, okay. So the puzzle here's a single. Oh, good. The darts game is back. And I believe there's our safe and a holographic projector. Oh, no. This kind of reminds me of the music in Super Danganronpa 2 with when the world is starting to come apart a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Luckily, we don't have to do anything on the ceiling or anything like that. I would hate trying to crawl under the cube to get hints for the ceiling. So this one is fairly easy, if I'm not mistaken. It's just that. Maybe. Nope, still doesn't want to stay out. Oh well. And yeah, I can't recall who said it, but yeah, this is kind of the boss puzzle room. It's gonna throw every puzzle you've seen at you, basically. Well, not every puzzle, but you know. A bunch. Yeah, let's see, that's a bunch of zeros. And now that we've got that thing popped out, this will stick out. So now we've got every puzzle we've looked at throughout the course of the game, and not a lot of items to pick up. Pretty much just all pure take the puzzles and solve them. So we've got a screen with 3 memory card slots on it. Should be familiar to anybody. So we found a picture of a blue die, a green die, and a red die inside of the books there. So let's see. Okay, let's see. I think that's an 8x8 grid. At least I remember it being an 8x8 grid. Yeah. And the green die. There. Jeez. I solved it once for the other direction, but no, that's not enough. Easily the most frustrating puzzle in the game. Ah. I think Fi's having fun at our expense. Nothing else here, huh? Okay. So this one we need a score of 100, where you get to hit green, then red, or green, then blue, then red. Score of 100, first starts green, second blue, third red. Well, let's see. We need 100. And let's see how close I can get. We need the first one green. Okay, now we need 61 for the final two. 24. Is there anything that gives me close to 40? No. 18, 28. 28 or 22. Now I need 33. Apparently Sigma's actually good at throwing darts. No. And now one last actual puzzle here. A binder. Okay, there are two actual puzzle here's, but you know, two actual puzzles. 5 moves to complete the puzzle. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. We got to do everything's got to turn red, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Get our other memory card. Get ourselves a binder, get the piece of paper, And we have a special AB game. So, hints for the AB game Q edition, which is a subset of the non-nerd game AB edition, I guess. 3 people always choose ally, 3 people always choose betray, 1 is a mirror man that will do what his opponent does. We got 2 answers, strive for a 9 with 6 cooperators. And second answer is we must be the only ones to surpass 9. So... Get that one there. Us, A and B are all pairs, C, D, and E are all solos. First move the pairs under A and B to the pair solos blank. Next move solos my sliding icons. Pair to solo line vertically will always face off. Once the opponent has been selected, the game begins. Choose a vote for us, either ally or betray. The results of your match will be displayed along with the results from the other teams. If the correct number of people reach the target BP after playing 3 rounds, the game will be completed. So, let's see. We don't know what A, B, C, D, and E are going to do. So there's only one way to actually learn. Let's see what we do against C. Let's see what A does against D, B does against E. And we're going to ally, because of course we are. That was too fast. But let's see. Let's see, betrayed. Betray. B, allied. C, allied. And D was betrayed, so they picked ally. So we know D picked ally. We know that A betrayed. We know that E betrayed. Okay. Just thinking about that for a second. Will E still betray us? Okay. So we have failed. Now that we can kind of use that to figure out who the mirror man, which in this case C is the one that always will C will always copy what his opponent does. D will always ally, and B will always ally. A and E will always betray. So now we need to get 2 separate solutions. And the first one, we want to be the only one that gets 9 points. So, what we want to do is be backstabbing little jerk. A will always ally. Yeah, we want to be against D every time. We want A to go against U. We got U2. Of course. So let's see. We go against C. We can get out of here quickly because we've got to go 3 rounds regardless. And if we set it up, we get someone else 9 points fairly easily, really. I believe if we do that again, since we set B and B back so far to begin with, there we go. There we go. And now we've got to get 6 people out, which means, you know, we've got 9, considering there are 3 pairs and 3 singles. Which means we can sacrifice basically 2 people. So if we always do this, we just need to do this for 3 straight rounds. And that's easy. Unlike having to roll freaking dice around on a very specific side. Now what's the next Professor Layton game I play have like 50 million dice rolling puzzles? Now, let's see. And achievement unlocked. Redacted. All these secret files is mine. Which means I'll get a cutscene at the very end of the game. Our room key cards, star rooms, star rounds, 2 bottles of Excelivir. Oh good, you slept through me fumbling with the dice puzzle for like 45 minutes. And we found a key in the safe. I'm sure it's not important in the least. Tenmyouji being a jerk. Funny jerk, but a jerk. And we are now escapist and doctor of escapology.
Huh. It opened.
We should get back to the Flore warehouse then.
Did anybody hear that?
What?
You're right. Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
I wonder if we ever saw a funky
It looks like an authentication screen.
in the past.
I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Yeah, but what?
A single lion eating the sun. And yes, this is the 9th lion, or 9th lion. So now we must remember dead woman's pass card. Yes, you can. You can indeed. You can have missed the cutscene that shows you the ID card. It is possible. I can't see it happening, really, but you can actually get locked.
Sigma! Look!
Everybody that's asleep and doesn't actually know what's been going on, doesn't know the ending, might want to wake up at this point.
Akane. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a very long time.
He walked toward her. Slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away, he reached out.
She's a hologram.
Tenmyouji squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
Is Tenmyouji jumping? He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived.
Took you long enough. You're rolling dice for like 45 minutes.
I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions. At least not directly. I hope you will understand. Now, where to begin? You probably have a great many questions. What day is it? Where are we? Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki? But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others.
Now, the thing is, we haven't seen her corpse in this timeline.
Why were we brought here? The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required for the success of the AB project. I assume you heard the name by now, at least. In any event, you were all needed in order to execute our plan. The nonary game was necessary for the same reason. Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
What do you mean, the past? The moment words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi, not Tenmyouji, and certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum. That makes this the quantum room.
It took me a moment to realize she changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer. The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Junior, as well as the golems. All of them do their thinking in that box. Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world. The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box. Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums, like language, photographs, non-verbal cues, etc., to transmit information. Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But, is that really true?
Get ready for even more pseudoscience to be dumped on you here.
In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all. Like the branches of a tree, or a rhizome. Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree. All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section.
Gee, it's almost like you designed a puzzle around this one earlier.
In the two dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another. But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them in 4 dimensions. Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility? I believe that is how human consciousness actually works. Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Tenmyouji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a fourth dimension, I'm referring to the fourth dimension used in Minkowski spacetime. Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another, and you have a line. In one dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to two dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are two-dimensional surfaces. Move up to three dimensions, and you can connect these shapes to one another and form three-dimensional objects.
So, kind of like the way we see printing these days. Go figure.
Now you have a three-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space.
It is simple geometry.
Connect three-dimensional objects to one another, and you formed a four-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time. It is on that fourth dimensional axis that our minds are connected.
I wonder, could we make a 4D printer? Just curious.
If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project. The A represents after, and the B represents before.
Hey, you should have stuck with Ally or Betray.
It probably sounds silly to you. A ridiculous story made up by a mad old woman. But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma? And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong? Tenmyouji should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago. You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life. It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember.
Yeah, of course I do. How can I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly, it felt like Phi and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. Tenmyouji's face was taut with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up.
Now keep in mind, she did say over a half century ago. Or, a half century ago is when he saved her life.
The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting. One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead? Sigma? Phi? You. Goodbye.
Wait! Akane, wait!
Oh, Tenmyouji. I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again one day. I promise. But I'm going to have to ask you to wait just a little longer.
Wait, Akane!
Tenmyouji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fists he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Fi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Tenmyouji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. We made our way to the warehouse on Floor A and met up with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for Radical 6. I gave Luna the Accelavir that I found in the Q room. She quickly prepared it and... injected Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine. Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Tenmyouji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand on his own and held it tight. And something in my throat. I could see tears at the corners of his eyes as he turned away from us. Suddenly I remembered Dio. Where'd he gone? It didn't take me long to find him. He was sprawled, unconscious, on the floor beneath the sink. Handcuffs?
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Fi to see she was doing the same thing. I have a lot of questions about why Dio chose the circus ringleader's outfit. Maybe it was all to give him his cover that he said he was the ringleader of a circus. You know? After that, we headed back to the Floor A warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically, me, Fi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Tenmyouji decided to remain in the infirmary, just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, or Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team. With Quark and Dio sleeping, Kay would represent their team by default. Which left me, Fi, and Tenmyouji. Okay, Clover, I can see if she was pulled directly after her cafe gig and that was like a theme costume she had to wear. I can give them that rationalization. But Alice, I have no clue. After all, remember, she was wearing that suit at one point. You should vote.
No, I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? It doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the A-B game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
But then again, do we really need to have Dio play? Like, you know, do we need to care about Dio's points?
Okay. I'll vote. You're sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, I trust you. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh. Well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Okay. Let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
Luna and Kay set off toward the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on. I just remembered something.
What?
The AB room on the left. In one of the other histories, she...
Oh, yeah. You're right. Kane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead?
Schrodinger's Akane.
Sigma 5. You will decide its fate.
The Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet. The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her.
Yeah, why not?
The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Nyanpei. Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Is that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? So yeah, we go